Can I get everybody to help me out, please? And I mean everybody. I really need everybody.
Okay, raise your hand. Put your hand.
There you go. Wait one more second till I get everybody's hand in. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. We have a treat this afternoon. We are really, we're in for a real rockin' wonderful time. And let me introduce the two people who are behind me. First, on my right, on your left, is Will McIntyre. Will actually is a professional photographer and filmmaker. He travels all over the world making films, and tonight, probably past your bedtime, they're one of his films, along with his wife Denny. They've made a film about saving a house in Winston-Salem. So tonight on WUNC, called Saving Hanson House. I think 10 o'clock tonight? 10 o'clock tonight, so a little past your bedtime. But he's here joining David Holt today, and he does that as frequently as he can. And right behind me on my left, on your right, is David Holt. And let me tell you about a few things about David Holt. You may have heard about the Grammy Awards. David is actually a 4-time winner at the Grammy Awards. And 8 times he's been a nominee. So, and that's one of the highest accolades anybody can get in the music industry. He was born in Texas, but he's lived in western North Carolina, near where some of you guys are going to the mountains pretty soon in 4th grade. He's lived in North Carolina since 1973. He tours, hang on. Let me finish. He tours the world playing music and telling stories. He's in the Storytellers Hall of Fame. He's a national treasure, and we are really lucky to have him here with us today. Let's give them both a big round.
Guys, okay. So all the songs and stories, thank you very much. All the songs and stories that we're going to do for you today are all from North Carolina. They're old folk songs and stories and instruments I've learned from the old-time mountaineers. Like this first song I learned from Aunt Zipporah Rice. There she is at 105 years old. That's what you're going to look like at 105. And this is her song. It's an old song that's called Black-Eyed Susie. It's got a little part for you. Let Will and me play it, and then we'll show you how your part works. Well, my true love's a black-eyed daisy. If I don't see her, I'll go crazy. My true love lives up the river. A few more jumps and I'll be with her. Hey, hey. Show you the singing part. I sing, hey, hey, and you answer me back with Black-Eyed Susie. So let's try that. Hey, hey, Black-Eyed Susie, hey, hey. Hey, hey, Black-Eyed Susie, hey, one more time. Oh, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, Black-Eyed Susie, hey. Well, she and I went blackbird picking, she got mad. I took a licking, ducks on the mid, find geese in the ocean, devil in the pretty girl, she takes a notion. Hey, hey. Mountain style. The banjo came from Africa originally. It was just a drum with strings on it, basically. And the Africans played it with a a motion they call clawhammer style, or we call clawhammer style. And most of the people pictured behind me here, some of the people I've learned from and taken pictures of, all played in this style. That's what I really came to North Carolina to learn, are some of these old banjo tunes. So let's play a banjo tune here. And let these guys clap along, because you know, this is dance music. It was made to square dance to, or clog, or flat foot. That's what I'm doing, it's called flat footing. My feet are barely moving. You can see I have taps on the bottom of my shoes, so it makes a little bit louder sound. Why don't you clap along on the rhythm with us? An old tune called the Boatload. Here we go. Playing this instrument right here. Looks like a bow and arrow, doesn't it? But there's no arrow. Anthropologists who study, you know, civilizations think that this instrument was a musical instrument long before it was a bow and arrow. Maybe hundreds of years before they figured out you could put an arrow and shoot. So it works like this as an instrument. You put it up to your mouth. And you make your mouth bigger or smaller. Like if you try that, just tap on your mouth and make your mouth. You don't hum. No, you don't hum, you just tap. And if you put this up to your jaw, I'm not putting it in my mouth, I'm just putting it up to my jaw and playing it like this. If I make my mouth bigger or smaller, it kind of makes a little bit of a tune. So listen to this old tune. Actually, you can clap along with this if you want, but it's not very loud, so just clap the tops of your legs. We'll play this old tune called The Johnson Boys. Well, have you heard the many stories told by young and old with joy about the many deeds of daring that were done by the Johnson boys? You take 8 and I'll take 7, we'll have a Johnson gal. You take 8 and I'll take 7, we'll have a Johnson gal. Now the Johnson boys are boys of honor. They knew how to court the maids. They knew how to hug and kiss them up pretty good. Don't be afraid. You take 8 and I'll take 7, we'll both have a Johnson gal. You take 8 and I'll take 7, we'll both have a Johnson gal. World. She lived in Wilmington, North Carolina, and she was 122 years old when I took this picture. This was 1992, and she lived another almost 2 more years. Oldest person in the world. Now, she loved to hear the banjo. She loved to hear the mouth blow. She loved to hear the guitar. But the thing she always wanted me to learn to play was this. Do you know what that is?
Washboard. That's a washboard.
Yeah, you guys know?
That's a washboard. People used to wash.
Of course, the washboard was not made for playing music on. It was made to wash clothes, you know? Put your clothes in a big tub of water and put the washboard there and scrub them against this thing with a little bit of soap and it gets them kind of clean. But what people had to do back in the 1870s when Susie was born and growing up, you had to make music with anything you had because you couldn't go to the store and buy instruments. There just weren't any stores and nobody had any money. It was right after the Civil War in North Carolina. It was a very hard time to live here. Susie said, here's the way you play it. He said, get thimbles and put them on your fingers, just regular sewing thimbles. She said, tap it. Now don't clap along, just listen so you can hear it. She said, now just tap it strum it only occasionally. She said, now put a little wood block down the bottom. Put a little tin cup at the side. About a 2-month four-wheel crystal and ring had 2 front wheels. One back spring that would sit 2 foot. So she was a plank. Off all the pieces it was hard to crank. Now when it starts, don't let it toot run nothing but whiskey and tobacco juice. The reason there was no school, because everybody had to work just to make enough food to live. So this is a song about all the work that Susie had to do when she was a little girl. I'm going to ask you a question, and every time you give me the same answer back with a real rhythmic, yes, Papa, yes. Just follow Will. He'll lead you in that. It goes something like this. Now come on, kids, and gather round. Yes, Papa, yes. When your chores are done, we'll go to town.
Yes, Papa, yes.
Then you put out the cat and feed the dog.
Papa, yes.
Then you feed the chicken and slop the hog.
Yes, Papa, yes.
Did you stuff the scarecrow full of hay? Did you let the ponies out to play? Did you help old Blue find the pup? Did you chop the wood and stack it up? Did you give the horses all the oats? Did you give the cans to the billy goats? Well, I see you've got the work all done. Let's go to town and have some fun. We'll take out the fiddle and Rosmer's bowl. We'll fiddle in the tune called Cotton Eye Joe. Now you know Papa loves you kids. You're the finest young'uns ever lived. Don't jump in the truck when the see-you start. We'll ride to the rhythm of the old French heart. Style of guitar, you put a pick on your thumb, and you make the bass notes with your thumb, and then you make the melody notes with your middle and index finger, so it sounds like a whole band playing almost. Listen, this is just me playing. Now this is a very old style of guitar playing that she learned from her father and grandfather. Now in fact, I said to Etta, I would really love to learn to sing that song, Etta. I know you don't sing, but maybe you can tell me the words. Now she's 93 at the time. She said, I don't know the words, but my old uncle probably does. I said, your old uncle, you're 93, how old is he? She said, well, he says he's 105, but I know he's 107. I said, let's go see him right now. So we jumped in the car.